Hi, good morning. Carrie Scroggins from KDS Insurance Services. I wanted to come in today and talk to you about a really important subject regarding your insurance policies. Just for some clarification and education. Um, when you buy an insurance policy, let's just use an auto policy for example, because it's the easiest to understand. But the principles are the same. You buy an auto policy in January, and in March, you decide, I'm going to go buy a new car. And so I have to make a change to that policy. It's called an endorsement. Making a change to an insurance policy that is currently in place and in force is called an endorsement. You also call it a change. And those changes or endorsements cannot just be done by an agent arbitrarily. There has to be some sort of instruction or request from you. So you would, in this situation, contact your agent and say, I bought a new vehicle. I might have traded one, or I might just be adding one to my policy. Please add it to my policy, and then your premium will adjust and you'll get new documentation out. There is nothing in the world of insurance that will allow an agent, whether it be a personal policy or a commercial policy, to make changes to your policy without your consent and instruction. That's one of the guiding principles of insurance that an agent must follow. In my agency and for my compliance, no changes can be made via a voicemail system. So you call my office and I happen to be on the other line, or I'm out of the office and you leave this change. Hi, Carrie, I'm John. Could you please add a 2014 Toyota 4Runner? I didn't sell anything. This is just a new vehicle, and I need to add it with liability only. And you leave that on my voicemail system. I cannot accept that for compliance reasons because of the sometimes errors in technology. So I would then call you back and confirm this information. So I've had a one-on-one conversation with you that you've actually made this change. And then I would need to see documentation or get the information on the vehicle, the VIN number, and all that good stuff. The change is made, and then you get new documents out and you get a new billing statement out because your premium is going to change whenever you make a change to your policy, up or down. That change cannot happen via a voicemail. Now you can email it. That's fine because then there is a documentation, there is a process where we can go back and we can document. When you make a phone call, a form is filled out in my agency. It's called a change request form, and those forms are filled out. The processing is done on the carrier website, and then we file that away, and then you get your documentation and revised bills. There can never be a change to any insurance policy without this process. It is against the regulations of the Department of Insurance, and the agent would not be in compliance. Endorsements can never be made without your consent on personal or auto insurance policies, ever. That's the rule. So remember that as you go through and you start looking at your policies, and if there's changes or things that are not adding up, somebody could have made a change and, not tell you in your household I'm talking about. You can also get all of your information and your policy history from your carrier. Today, most policies are on an online portal, so you can log in as the consumer, check your policies for documents if you need ID cards or evidence of insurance or those type of things. All of that is available, generally speaking. 90 to 95% of the policies now have that option, and of course you can always contact your agent and your agent can get you these copies. So it's just a really important part of insurance processing and how your policy changes. Premiums can never be changed mid-policy, and what I mean by that, from the effective date to the expiration date, that's called a term. effective date, expiration date, the term of a policy, January to December or January to June, depending on what your policy is. And insurance companies are not allowed to make those changes just arbitrarily. They can't change your premiums. They can send you requests for information if you got a new vehicle, if you got a new driver, but they cannot just arbitrarily change your premium during the term of your policy. Neither can an agent. So remember this. The only way changes are made is if there is a change initiated from you as the insured, the named insured. The named insured is the only person who has the right to make changes to your policies. So a good example of this would be if you're married, two people, named insured, husband, wife, or partner, partner, whatever the circumstances may be. Children who are authorized drivers don't have access to make changes to your policy. Only the named insured or named insureds, two people, three people, whoever's listed on the policy as the named insured. So I hope this helps to clarify some information. Of course, if you ever have questions about your policies or what's transpiring on your policies, talk to your agent. Your agent is going to be able to help you much quicker, much faster, and help you understand the process than trying to call your carrier. Now, of course, if you can't reach your agent, by all means, call your carrier. That's what they're there for. That's what you're paying them for. But it is easier generally to speak to your agent, and then the agent has access to get it for you, whatever it is that you are needing. Would love to hear from you, some feedback. If you have questions or need further clarification, that's what this channel is all about, helping you understand the crazy complex world of insurance. I've been doing this for over 42 years. It is probably the most challenging time in our industry right now. And so there's a lot of confused people. That's what these videos are for, to help you understand, help you get a better grasp of what the insurance and the industry and processing your policies is all about. Final note, very important. If you have an annual policy, you need to be checking that policy at least once a year to make sure that you know what's on the policy, if there's been claims paid out, if there's any surcharges, loss of discounts, just an accounting of your policy, review your policy. If you have a 6 month policy, you need to be doing it every 6 months. It's really important. It's just like checking your credit score. If you're not checking your insurance policies, how do you know something hasn't been paid on your behalf that you're not aware of? Somebody could have submitted a claim and you're not even aware of it. That does happen, unfortunately. So it's very, very important that you take care of your insurance policies just like you do your credit, because it will have a direct effect on what happens in your pocketbook. So again, Carrie from KDS Insurance Services, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the bell so you know the next time I do post a video. And of course, I'm here to help in any way I can. Shoot me a message and I am happy to return the phone call or the message. God bless. Make it a great day. Get out there and hit your grand slam today, whatever it is that you are working on. God bless.